There it is. There's the hole. There's the kick. It's away. It's good. It's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 4 of Snap, Hold, Kick. Adam.
Here we are in our living room in our practice facility where we live secretly so we don't have to pay Toronto rent.
And it's still $2,400 a month.
Yeah, no. If someone found us, it would be really, really bad.
Yeah.
You look really good in that. What is that? Is that the midweight FTF?
This is actually FeedTheFam midweight sweater. I wear it personally as a travel suit.
Yep.
Like if I go anywhere, it's nice and comfy, oversized fit.
There's some exclusive ones which you can get on FeedTheFam using our code SHKMember20.
For 20% off, believe it or not.
Yeah.
What do you got on?
I got the heavyweight. This is the classic. I got the heavyweight. This is the one everyone knows and loves.
Huge guest on today as well. You'll see a bit later on.
Kind of a surprise guest. I think today we're going to talk just between us a little bit about our kind of roads to how we became pro players as specialists.
I would say my path is a little bit different to the traditional. Like, obviously, there's a lot of Australians kind of influx into college football and hopefully into the pros sometime soon as well once they all start graduating and moving to that next level. Tell us a bit about your story. Obviously, we both not from the States, but we both ended up there. So
right. Well, I think every long snapper story, regardless of if they play professional football or just high school football, is they kind of stumbled into it. When I was playing youth football, the center on my team, his hands were like really cold. It was a cold practice one day. And so they just needed a guy to start snapping, right? So I just, like all of our guests that come on the show, they just, grip the football.
grip it and rip it.
Huck it back.
Grip it and rip it.
And
that's what you do when you're in middle school. You just grip it and rip it.
You grip it.
Grab his f***ing twist it. Oh my God. Twist.
But at a certain point in time, you start specializing in the skills. So if you're a linebacker and you realize that you have potential to play in college, then you start going to recruiting camps. That's what I did in high school. Basically, go to these camps and you're with like 400 other kids. You try to get recruited in one of these camps and try to climb the leaderboard for your class. So the guys that are ranked number 1 in their class or like 1 to 50 at like a Rubio camp, at least back when I was starting out, are usually the guys that are going to go to really high level, like Power 5 schools. In my high school years, I was going like across the country. So I did camps in Las Vegas, Atlanta, Tampa, Chicago, a bunch of places in New Jersey, all in the Northeast, LA. At those camps, there's not a lot of instruction. It's hard to get one-on-one quality instruction there. That was 10 years ago.
You're f***ing old.
I feel old. Now the knowledge about long snapping and punting and specialist positions, it's so much more well known. What it's turning into, instead of going to those like big, massive camps and climbing the leaderboards, the college coaches know more about what they're looking for. It's probably more beneficial to get one-on-one coaching or just become a specialist that's really good and then go to the college camp maybe. Your junior summer is spent going to like all the colleges that have interest in you.
Where's some of the places you went?
I did like the Princeton camp like 3 times. Dartmouth,
big brain.
Wisconsin. I basically did all the Ivies, so like Columbia. Yeah, Columbia.
Big brain over here.
Yale. That was my area. That's what I wanted to do. When I was getting recruited, I wanted to go to like an Ivy League school. That's what I wanted. Eventually get reached out to by agents if you have any potential to go pro. That's what I did. I kind of surprisingly, I wasn't even really expecting to go in the CFL draft because I honestly didn't play much like my college years. I didn't like play. I wasn't a starter till my junior year of college.
You're a 2-year starter, yeah.
Yeah. So is that the same thing with you? You started all the years.
I played 2 years and started 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, because you only played 2 years.
That's because there was no one else there. I was default.
Right, yeah. I wasn't expecting to go into the CFL draft. Lo and behold, I did. And that's how I ended up in Toronto. And now I'm going into my 3rd year.
I feel like the agent side is so hard as a specialist as well. Because I mean, like, not many agents want a specialist on their roster because there's only 32 jobs.
In the Canadian League, there's a Canadian quota. You have to have a certain amount of Canadian players on your roster. So those teams are going to use, also global, you have to have a certain amount of global. So those teams are going to use those spots on, they're probably not going to use them on skill positions, right? So if you got to use those players, then all the snappers the long snappers in the CFL are Canadian because of that. And then, I mean, you know, almost all of the kickers and punters are globals.
Yeah.
Because the teams use those spots for specialists.
I think the only American punter in the CFL is Richie Leone at Ottawa.
Yeah.
He's the only one on a roster. One of my good friends, Ty Long, obviously played at the Chargers in the NFL, and he was up here in BC for a couple of years as well. He was a kicker-punter duo, but he's American, it's pretty rare to come up here as an American.
And Liam, our kicker, is a Canadian kicker.
Yep.
And that's becoming increasingly rare.
Yeah.
Even like Canadian kickers playing in the CFL.
Yep.
I think we talked about it on a previous episode. As a specialist, you have to do the workout circuit.
Yep.
You have to go visit with teams, and you have to.
It's about who you know.
Exactly. You have to do that, you know, for years sometimes before you get even an opportunity.
It's tough.
So I mean, being a specialist, getting to the pros, it's a lot.
It is.
Because, you know, like I said, when you have to kind of make that realization in high school that this is what you want to do. And then back when I was growing up, it was doing the camps then. It was doing the college camps, spending your time working in college, because playing in the pros is really hard, right? So you need to develop in college. And then once you even have the opportunity to play in the pros, there's still the numbers game. There's still, you know, each league has a different way of working. So
exactly,
it's a long, kind of arduous road where you learn a lot of stuff, and it's still kind of surprising to me to like be on the other side of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To like look back and you forget how long you've been working at it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. My route's obviously very different. So I think we'll save that for next week. We can go over it in next week's episode to highlight kind of the Australian pipeline coming across and how we develop and move into that next section. So
which is that topic in and of itself, you could talk for an hour.
Literally.
I mean, the Australian, it's like, I think of it like the Death Star. Australia is like the Death Star of punters. Get into our special teams concept of the week.
Yeah, let's do it. I think you've got your football there. It's a big emphasis on a field goal operation. So
right,
take it away.
So today we're going to be talking about the importance of laces on the football. Specifically, when we're doing a field goal operation, I, as the long snapper, need to know how many rotations I'm putting on the ball so that when the holder catches the ball, the laces are out. Right?
And out meaning away from the kicker.
Out meaning away
the
from
field
the
goal.
kicker. So that he's kicking these back two panels of the football. So on your football, there's 4 panels, right? That's how the football is made. There's also 4 stitches. The stitch with the laces on it here is not fully stitched all the way across like these are. That means this is the softest stitch on the football. So if a kicker kicks the laces, that football is going to compress more on his foot, and he has a higher likelihood, if he's a right-footed kicker, to pull it left, because that ball is going to stay on his foot for a longer time. That, in addition to, you know, the contact with his foot isn't as clean on the laces, and also kickers are sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Except for Liam Hairolahu. He's the best.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
You should put it like a little heart. Ding.
Yeah, you should.
You ever considered how saying man up makes men feel?
Yeah. And honestly, I think they need to man up.
So, as a long snapper then, what you need to do is figure out how many rotations you're putting on the ball so that when the catcher catches it, he can put it down. He doesn't have to spin it, because spinning the ball around takes time away from, or adds time to the operation time. It also, the ball can move on the ground, which, you know, causes other inconsistencies for the kicker. So yeah, this is something that we practice pretty much every day at practice. Perfect laces. If you're a long snapper, you're at a camp, or you're, you know, trying to go pro, you need to know how to have perfect laces. And yeah, it's a pretty instrumental but unknown part of the game.
Yeah, huge part of the game.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, do we hear about it when it's not good. From every kicker ever existed.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But yeah, that's a bit of an insight as to why laces. And I think that's huge when people watch the broadcast and the commentators go like, oh, he got laces. Everyone's kind of like, what the f does that mean?
Yeah.
So now I think like it's good to spread that insight about it and kind of give everyone an idea of what's going on.
That's right.
But yeah, that's our special teams concept of the week, presented by Feed the Fam.
Feed the fam.
As always, it's time to reveal our guest.
The guest.
Let's go for it.
We
So,
got a really good one.
y'all would know his face from countless CFL, NFL games, that sort of thing, especially if you're a fighting Irish fan.
Yep.
So, without further ado, let's head on over. See who we got.
Damn, a lot of pressure, so I gotta pop. And I love it like I kinda pop. Sorry that y'all gotta watch.
All right, guys. Today we have on 3-time Grey Cup champion.
The 2016 Rookie of the Year.
I mean, this guy is the face of the CFL, DaVaris Daniels. How's it
What's
going,
up,
man?
everybody?
Thanks for coming on
What's
the
happening?
show.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate
Nice to finally have you on.
The basic problem here is people don't think specialists are athletes, right?
Yeah.
So we have you on the show for you to put us through a couple drills to see how we are at your position, receiver. And then we'll put you through a couple of snapping, punting, and kicking drills to basically see how you are at our position.
Yeah.
All right?
Down for that. Let's do it.
And I don't want to brag or anything, but last episode,
Yes. Yes.
Dijon Brissett on, and we kind of shone.
Yeah. It's
Kinda
been
came to
big.
play.
It's been big news. Last episode, Dejan Brissett said we were pretty good at receiver.
Hey, I must say, I'm impressed.
I don't disagree, but we're gonna see today. Tracking the ball, okay? For a receiver, obviously, one of the main things is being able to track the ball. A lot of times you have a quarterback that'll put it on the money. Sometimes it's not on the spot. So you have to make adjustments mid-route, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start right here on this line. Okay, left foot up. Quarterback will be in there. Okay, you won't have a ball, obviously. Okay, eyes in here. Okay, I'll say go. As soon as I say go, you turn, catch the ball on this side.
Oh.
Okay, go. Hey, see?
Get a little
Pretty easy.
out going here.
Okay, go. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm telling you.
go. Oh, bad throw. Bad throw.
You okay?
Like a receiver.
Camera guy always survives.
Go.
Oh, I could not see that for I was looking up here.
Last one. Go. Go. Oh, no. Can't end on a drop.
Okay, I know.
Can't end on a drop. Okay. Real receiver work here. You can't end on a drop. That's not good. Go.
All right, get him out of here.
Couple bad balls in there. I'll be honest. But it's all good. The biggest question is, first thing that you catch the ball with is what?
Right.
All right? Gotta track it. Here we go. Go. Yeah, where this snatch?
Yeah, it's as fast as a dead cat. Look at that man.
Go. Go. Yeah. All right.
That looked better.
Yeah?
Go. Ooh, go.
I feel like I'm
5 for 5.
I feel like I'm just kind of putting my hands out. Like I don't even see it. I'm just like
That's what I was doing too. It hit me in the head.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
when you're running a route in a game and you like turn to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you actually see it, or is it more instinctive at this
We
point?
see the ball. I mean, if you've been throwing enough balls with the quarterback, you'll see it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's up on you, so you got to move your hands pretty quick.
Yeah.
But the main thing is thinking about all the 3 other guys that are running at you, trying to take your head off the trail. So it's like, where's your concentration? Next, okay, we got gauntlet. You ever did the gauntlet? All it is you're gonna run down, catch the ball somewhere in the middle, drop it, okay, get to the other side, get to the cone, coming back down, trying to stay as flat as possible, catch the ball. As soon as you get to the cone, stick it, get up. You got to be in real good shape to play receiver. Ready, go. All right. 360, yeah, get up the field, go.
It's the turnaround.
You know what? Believe it or not,
360, wow.
that's his full speed.
That was full speed?
That was his full speed.
That was full speed, and it's a lot of momentum to slow down
Yeah.
very quickly.
Every episode he finds a way to cut, like doing some like, some spinneroo thing.
Really dynamic.
Ready, go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, get up the field, go. Oh.
You like that?
Y'all look like naturals.
I feel like it. Jesus.
Who's gonna take a break?
That wasn't bad. That was nice.
We actually just might be natural receivers.
Yeah, like it's been 20 pounds light. Maybe I'm tight end.
I'll let you catch your breath. You good?
Yeah. That's the first
That's actually the first person that's ever offered.
person.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You know?
Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
I got
Hate
it.
that.
Will you take care of me forever and ever?
All right, so next one,
Do you have any electrolytes?
we got a figure 8. We got a figure 8. So we'll start on this side of the cone. Okay, as we're running, we want to stay as tight and as skinny to this cone as possible. So we'll go here, boom, around, boom, around. Okay, and then at this one,
Oh, sweet, running gas.
we're coming this way. Okay, nice square cut right there. Catch the ball.
I think it was sent by Mickey to trim us down a little bit. Fast is my middle name.
Yeah, stay tight to the cone.
No, it's not.
Here you go.
Potato. Get the figure out. Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Y'all making this look easy though. I want to see it in a real game. It's nice and pleasant when people aren't around running, trying to chop your head off.
You will never see it in a real game.
There you go. Figure 8. Figure 8. Look around. Ooh.
Finish the drill.
Natural.
Finish.
You gotta score. And dance. You gotta dance. That's gonna take some more energy out of you. You gotta do it for the fans. You know, you ever had like the soccer celebrations where they take their shirt off and wave it? We don't want to see that from either one of them. There you go. Oh, salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I ever get a touchdown, I said that I'm gonna salsa.
Yeah. Swiftly.
So,
Swiftly.
so I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna put you through some specialist drills.
Can't wait.
Do you have any experience long snapping?
I used to be a punter back in the day, back in high school.
We have a lot of people come through and say that they've been a punter before or they've snapped. And it's not always a good indication of whether they can actually do it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Let's do
You
it.
ready?
I'm ready.
All right, today we're gonna be doing field goal snaps. All right? So the basic distance for a field goal snap is anywhere between 7 and 8 yards.
Okay.
Let's just see what you got.
There's no pointers or.
No, there will be.
Okay.
Oh! Laces.
High, but not bad.
Here's some basic pointers. So on a field goal snap, you could actually get your feet a little bit wider. And the reason for that is when you're snapping, after you snap field goal snap, you're gonna need to get low and get big to be part of the protection, right? On a punt snap, you can be a little bit narrower because you have to get back, you have to be more athletic. Now, sit that butt down just a little bit so that your back is flat. I like how your arms are straight out, okay?
Yep.
Now give that a go.
Oh!
Okay.
I'm dragging it.
Now we have to fix your grip a little bit. So you got the stance, you gotta fix your grip. So what you're gonna do, hold the ball like you're gonna throw it.
Okay.
Okay. Take your other hand, put the middle finger down the seam so that you have this triangle with your thumb and your 2 fingers here.
Thumb and 2 fingers.
Okay. You're gonna turn the ball over and that's gonna be your grip. That middle finger on the seam here. There you go. Try that. Ah! Look at that. Beauty. You're kind of holding the ball with that thumb a little bit low. You have a nice pocket here.
Yeah.
You have a nice pocket here. You're on your fingertips.
Yeah.
And that'll feel a little bit better.
Oh! My accuracy is there though.
you're
I ain't gonna lie.
That
ain't bad.
It's just, I don't know about the.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it up like that though. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not bad on the show.
Okay.
That's not bad on the show.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. We getting there.
I'm gonna throw him a bit of a curveball right now, because I guarantee, back in the high school days of, what was it like, 2003? Something like that.
Yeah.
I bet you ain't do any Aussie style rollout.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So you know, like, punting's become a dynamic game now. Do a little drill today. I'm gonna toss you the ball in a bit of a lead. Okay. You're gonna catch, roll around, and then kick out there. Straight down the barrel, lean it out a little bit, and you ideally wanna kick it here, right in that sweet spot. Take the snap, roll out. Pick it up like that.
Huh.
Oh!
That's my footwork. The cone.
You kind of want to take it like on a skip, And it's like 1, 2, 3,
yeah.
kick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Look at that. Look at that.
I'll kick my cover.
See, that's what you need.
Foot hurts.
Yeah. So you kick it a bit low. It hurts. What about when it's like -20 out there?
Ooh.
Balls are rock hard. We gotta pretend that orange line is the sideline. You're gonna roll out, kick that kick, and land it between that light blue cone and the sideline. You go. Oh. Oh.
No! Oh.
Look.
I know what I did wrong.
Look, you had the backspin, you had the rollout, you had the up time. That's probably like a 70% out of 100 kick right there. Great cup.
Yeah.
We got JG back there.
Yep.
We're up by 3.
Gotta happen.
We're up by 3. We're up by 2. They get in field goal range. Oh!
No! No!
That's out of bounds on the full. That's a 15-yard. We're coming back. He's got a good technique. It's just the pressure situation.
Yeah.
Because if you think small, small things happen.
We're gonna have you do one last thing. Every episode we have our guest kick a regulation PAT.
Yeah.
Okay?
I can do that.
No one's done it.
If you make it, you will be the first winner.
Nobody's late?
We are really hoping that someone makes it eventually, because our loser board right now is stacked.
Win. Q. Dejan.
How are you?
I want it over here somewhere.
Okay.
Can I get it over here?
Yep.
Yeah, let's get it over here.
So we're on the
Interesting. This is a.
we're on the left pole, right? I'm on the left pole right here.
How many chances do I get?
You get 1. 1. That's it, man. That's what we get.
Oh, get in there!
Oh!
Oh no!
I reckon we.
Does that deserve another chance?
Run back 1.
I don't know if that's fair. All right, we'll give you an ego kick, but it doesn't count towards the board.
Okay. Appreciate that. You know, I did give y'all a water break earlier.
Oh, shit. Oh. Wrap it up. I'm starting to think it's the hold that actually is the problem.
Whew. We turn it? Friendly fire?
Well, just our first episode, he said, oh, the hold, you know, the laces. I don't know. We haven't had a single person make it.
Holding it like this.
Ooh. Ooh. No, I'm kidding.
All right, you get the hold it. Hold it.
Thanks for putting us through the workout.
Yep.
How do you think how is it going as a specialist? Where do you think you're at?
You know, I'm gonna say this. To be a specialist, it takes a lot of skill. And that has to be developed over a long period of time. So y'all, you know, I really commend y'all on the amount of work that you put in.
All right, dude. Well, I think you should give us a little rating. 1 to 10, how we were as receivers.
Probably 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. I'm a hard grader, but y'all caught every ball.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, y'all caught every ball. Attention to detail was there. It was
Celebration.
Celebrations. That's what took it down to an 8.5.
Okay, yeah, sure. As a long snapper, I'd say I'm pretty impressed. I'm starting to think that like receivers are just good long snappers. I'm gonna give you a 7-1.
Yeah.
But again, like a lot of potential there.
For the punting wise, I mean, for your first time ever rolling out, that was pretty solid.
Has anybody did the Aussie?
No one's done the Aussie. That's the first time it's been on the channel.
Yeah.
Just your steps a little bit, the execution a little bit. We'll stay on the positive side. We'll give you a 6-8 on it. That's smooth. We've got room to work.
Respectable.
But extra points for the kick. I mean, that's like the best kicking that we've had on the show.
Yeah,
So
that was solid.
that might be the closest we get to ever having.
Could be the closest we.
All right, man. Well, thanks again.
Thank
You want to go sit down?
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
Please.
let's do it.
Go.
All right, Didi. Well, thanks for putting us through that workout, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Y'all did good.
Thanks, dude. I'm starting to think that like receivers are just really good specialists, and specialists have some potential at receiver. I'm not gonna say we're really good, but
Pretty good.
pretty good.
Not bad. I ain't gonna lie. Not bad at all.
How'd you feel as a specialist?
I did not feel comfortable, but I feel like a little bit more practice, I probably get to a
On
decent
the
level.
field goal, you look like you're locked in.
I wanted it bad.
Yeah.
I wanted it bad, but you know.
Yeah,
It'll-
you
Still
it'll
there
come.
for the taking.
Who is DaVaris Daniels, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh man, DaVaris Daniels. I'm DaVaris Daniels.
Bombshell.
I'm play for the Argos now, obviously, but my football history is quite long. My mom and my dad actually had me when they were 19 years old, so I saw every bit of my dad's professional career. Football has been in my brain, my makeup since I've been born. I knew at an early age I wanted to play football, but when I went to the games, I understood that people cheer a little louder when you score touchdowns rather than when you get sacks and tackle people. So I wanted to play offense, and just the way my body's made up, I'm not as big as my dad. My dad's 6'6", like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Mouse.
He's huge.
Yeah, so I'm more, I take after my mom a lot. So offensive side of the ball was kind of where I found my niche. I went to the Patriots. I got to play with Tom Brady for a little bit, Jimmy Garoppolo, Gronk. It was actually cool because like I saw Reggie Wayne was actually like one of my idols growing up.
Yeah.
And I kind of modeled my game after him. And he was on his way out. He stopped in New England, and you could tell he didn't like it there. He didn't like the nature of that locker room.
Sure.
My locker was directly across from his, and I just remember like just staring at him every day, like, dang, that's that guy that's that guy that I've been looking, like I've been watching this film.
Idolizing, yeah.
Yeah, idolizing, yeah. And then after that, I went up to Calgary. We went to 3 straight Grey Cups, ended up winning one. I bounced and went to Toronto, and I've been here ever since, and 2 Grey Cups and living good.
You've got your own kind of football development program, Elite 80. Would you say that you're trying to give kids the same opportunity that you had growing up? We're trying to give them that insight into the background of football that they might not have without kind of that role model such as yourself?
Yeah, for sure. I think, just in general, I think professionals, like, we have a duty to give back to the youth. And especially here in Canada, obviously I'm not Canadian, but especially here in Canada, I feel like there's not enough professionals giving back to the youth. So I wanted to kind of take that role upon myself and lead that. We're gonna take some of the kids down to Notre Dame and let them see the campus.
Yeah.
And do some cool stuff like that.
We jump on board on that?
For sure, man, we got space. Just want to keep doing that and keep building up, just the football aspect of, Canada, because I know what the game can do for a lot of people as far 100%. As just networking and, just open up a lot of doors, a lot of new doors for these Canadian athletes.
I mean, I started playing football on a club team in like Cambridge, Ontario, 45 minutes from here.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
Having a guy like you show up there would be crazy. I mean, it would blow our mind.
It's crazy because like a lot of them start at a super late age. Like in America, football is like a religion, right? So like you start at a super early age, as early as probably 6.
Yeah.
I started at 9, but talking to a lot of these kids, they don't get started until they're like 16. So it's like they're kind of behind the ball as far as just knowledge of the game. So as much as I can get in front of them at an early age, that's what I want to do, and just see where it takes them.
Any kids watching this or any like younger football players, where can they find, get to Elite 80 and find you? So
elite80.org, that's our website. We actually are hosting a camp this April 19th and 20th. This will be the 2nd annual Elite 80 camp. So, we've been doing it for a little bit of time now, and we're gonna keep doing it and keep bringing all the excitement and a lot of the Argos with us. So it'll be a lot of fun. And we got a lot of great giveaways too. Last year we had courtside seats to a Raptors game and all kind of stuff. So be on the lookout, and that's elite80.org.
We're going to Elite 80 for sure. After what we did today on the field.
Oh yeah. You have kind of been the guy to show up to a team and you've been like a very productive offensive player. You're, basically one of the faces of our team in the league. So what's your perspective then in that way on special teams? Like, do you still have an appreciation for special teams, or do you have a desire to play that? Have you ever,
I'm gonna be honest, I never had a desire to play special teams, but if it was necessary, I would definitely do it for the betterment of the team. I always wanted to be a receiver. People don't understand that football is like chess, and it's like all field position, and every point counts, and especially up here in our game where you get the single point, the rouge and everything. So it's crazy that that kind of unit gets overlooked. But in the locker room, we know how important it is. And, we commend everything that special teams members do. You see a lot of athletic, taller guys play like the hands team, and especially the positions where you got to go up and catch the ball, especially late in the game, you want your receivers out there to go get the ball. But it's mostly like a defensive guy's thing. because you got to go down there and tackle people
there and
sometimes,
hit people,
and they don't
yeah.
really trust us to do it. So we kind of get left out too. So you know, but it's cool to see. I love being on special teams just for it's not often that I'm out there.
Yeah.
And just to be on there for like a kickoff or an onside kick is actually is a adrenaline rush.
Great. So we'll tell our coach and punt. You probably want to be a guard on tackle on punt or
I
something.
might,
like that.
yeah. I'll be backup punter too.
Oh,
I mean, we got to do
Yeah,
that
you know
now.
what I mean?
Yeah, you're a bit of a highlight reel now.
dynamic. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll leave that
Yeah, they
out.
haven't seen anything like that.
There's been a rumor going around that you are the best chess player on the Argo.
Whoa.
I don't know if this rumor was self-made.
I've never heard that rumor.
You didn't hear that
but
one?
The guy beside me,
I've heard the rumor.
pretty good.
I'm the best chess player.
Well, I ain't hear that one. You heard that one?
Have you beat John Haggerty?
I beat him
Bullshit.
on the plane. John? I beat him on the
I
plane.
don't know.
I beat him on the plane. Have you beat him?
I haven't seen you. Are you on the apps?
Have you beat him?
Yes, I have.
I'm on the apps too.
Yeah,
You want to play? We can play.
we can play. We
Be a
can run it.
little chess kind of
All right.
chess kind of match over here. Oh, what's up? I took chess lessons when I was like 8.
Chess lessons.
So why don't you play
I was
then?
8.
Here's on the smoke.
That was like 13
Too
years
much
ago,
pressure.
bro. That was a long time ago.
I will say this last year, there was an insane amount of chess played on the team.
Yeah, and I think that was key to us winning the championship.
Yeah, seriously.
Brings the locker room close, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just everybody's thinking
competition.
outside the box, making
Mhm.
adjustments at all times.
Diddy, appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
It's very last minute, so I appreciate you taking the time. Sure. Super stoked to come out there and see your camp in April. What are the dates again?
April 19th and 20th.
April 19th to 20th. We'll try and get down there and shoot some content as well. And give a shout out to the kids and get some media out there. A couple bonus content, behind the scenes type thing. We'll have all of Diddy's information, like Instagram handles and everything down there too. Appreciate you all tuning in again. Shout out to all the sponsors, FTF. Shout out to Elite 80, Diddy for coming on. Tune in 2 weeks. We've got a very, very special episode coming up. Episode 5, halfway to 10. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.
See ya.
Peace.